Hello everyone, Alex here from alexlancer.com, and in this part of the tutorial we will see how we can upload files using our Auto Generator. So let's get started with our projects table that we have developed in previous tutorials. So for now I will go to the first record that I have here, and you will see that I have a couple new inputs here. So the first input is the featured image input. What we can do with this, we can click on it, we can select an image. So let's get an avatar, and we can go here and click update. What this will do, this will create a preview of the uploaded image, will show the name of the image, and will generate also the delete button for the image. So if I click on the image, it will open in a new tab the preview file. It is worth mentioning that although I'm using an image file here as an example, you will see how you can set up any type of files you need for your form. So it is not limited only to the image files. So now if we want to delete it, of course we can do that also. So the file was deleted, now this field is empty. And the second input type that we will cover, it is multiple files upload. So I have this project files input here, where we can click, we can select multiple files. Again, not only images. Let's let's grab this video also. I had somewhere here also a PowerPoint file. Don't see it now, maybe I deleted it by mistake. So anyway, let's upload an image and a video and few image files. So we select that, we click update, and all of the files were uploaded to the server, stored in a separate database with a relation to our project ID. And now we can either delete them, now we can either preview them or delete them one by one. So if I want to delete one of them, you can see here that the file was deleted. So it is worth mentioning that the files that support preview, like images or videos, will be automatically detected, and the preview of these files will be showed here. So again, you can click on them and the file will be opened in a new tab so that you can preview it. And the video files, of course, you can just click on them and they will be played. And other files, if you will upload a zip file or a text file or whatever file you want, these types of files will be just downloaded to your local computer. So let's get started and see how we can implement this type of fields. So as always, let's go to my GitHub repository. So you can search in Google for GitHub Alex Lancer. Click here. Let's go to repositories. Select CodeIgniter CRUD library tutorial files. So this is the repository for the helper files for this tutorial. And go to the part 4 and download this file. So click download. Show in folder. Come on. So I will extract it to the folder part 4. And now these are the files that we will need to follow this tutorial. So first of all, let's get started by updating our CRUD core.php file and our CRUD model.php file. So these are the two most important files that we need for now to make this work. So let's go to App, Libraries, libraries CRUD core. So we open the project CRUD core file, and now let's also open the file that we have downloaded. So I will drop it inside the Visual Studio Code. We'll copy everything from here and we'll paste it in. We'll replace everything inside the project file. Okay, save that. Close the file from the part 4 folder. Now let's go again and open the CRUD model file, copy everything, and let's go to models, CRUD model.php. Again, select all and Control V to replace everything inside the CRUD model.php file. So now let's close all of these files. Now that we have updated our main files, let me check what else we have in our CRUD part 4 folder. If we need something now. Yeah, so let's go to open this txt file, copy this script. So this script is basically from the admin LTE folder, actually from the admin LTE template. It is provided to have this type of custom file input, like this. As you can see, this is not the basic HTML layout. It has to do something with Bootstrap 4 also. So this JavaScript dependency is required. So where it was, here it is, and we have to place it inside of our, got lost a little bit. So it has to be placed inside of our main layout file. So we go to views, admin, layouts, main.php, and paste it. So let's see where we will put it. Let's put it just under the overlay scroll bars. Let's place it here. And if you want, of course, leave a comment also. Custom, let's say Bootstrap 4 input, file input. Okay, so I have few icons here, so leave them for now, we don't need them. When the time is right, I will tell you what to do with those. So now, close the main.php file and let's go finally to our controllers and select project.php. So in our previous tutorial we covered how we can use joins in our table. So if you want to bring some foreign data from other tables. So this tutorial will be kind of similar. So first of all, let's cover the single file situation. And yeah, for that, let's go first to our localhost.php file. Localhost.php file does not exist, guys, don't search for it. So we have to go to localhost/phpMyAdmin. That's what I wanted to say. And let's go to our projects table. And I would like to add one more column here. So one more field that we will use for our featured image file. So let's go to structure. Let's add it after, let's add it after the description. So we'll select after description, go, and I will name it p_image or featured image. Image sounds fine. So this will be our project's image. Let's select varchar here, 255, and I think we can click save. Yeah. So now we have created a new column. So it means that we can use it in our field options list. So let's copy something. What can we copy here to save us some time? Yeah, let's copy this p user ID. First of all, rename the key for this field, so it will be p_image. Label will be featured image. So the required is not required here. Actually, it doesn't do something specifically for the files inputs. So let's remove it. And here where it says type dropdown, let's change this to file. So we don't need the relation part also. So simply by adding this, no, we need. There are some other required fields that we need to make this work. So, and the main thing that we have to add is, of course, the path where our file will be stored. So we say path, and you should add your path in relation to your public folder. So, for example, if we want to store our files in our public folder, let's say assets/uploads, then we will have to start, first of all, our path by / and then say assets, or actually let's make it just uploads. No need to go to assets. So let's say uploads, and do we need something else here? Yeah, let's say images. Okay, so let's check what this does to our form. So let's edit. Also, guys, to avoid the horizontal scrolling here, because we have put a lot of information here inside of our form, let's remove these two fields, starts at and ends at, and maybe even status. At least now we don't need it, so that we can easier click on our edit buttons. So I will go back to our projects file. Let's go here at the top in the index method, and let's remove start date, end date, and status. So I will cut them and I will paste them here above in case we want to use them again later. So refresh, and this is still not enough because we have long tags names. So what can we do here? Of course, I have the form zoomed a little bit, so I will zoom it out. So this is 100%, I think. Yeah, so I will bring it as close as I can for you to see better. So at this point we should be fine. Now let's click on edit the first record, and as you can see under our description, now we have our featured image. So if we click now on the browse button, and we will try to upload, let's say, this file, click update, we are getting error because we did not specify any rules. So there are some rules that must be specified in order to validate that our file actually meets our needs. So I don't know if you have watched the CodeIgniter 4 from scratch series that I have uploaded. There is a video where I talk in depth about file rules that can be applied in a form validation, in CodeIgniter 4 form validation. So this type of rules I will use now also in our CRUD system. So they are really simple. And let's go back to our project. So let's go here. So I will show you all the available methods that currently our Auto CRUD system supports, and you can use one of them or all of them. Depends again on your needs. So the first the first rule that I want to show you, it is image. So you should use this rule only when you want to specify that specific file should be only an image file. So if you specify it, you should always set it to true. Otherwise, don't set it at all. So the second rule is max size. So the max size was specified in kilobytes. You don't have to write KB. Okay, so you type only the number itself. So let's say 1 megabyte, which stands for 1024 kilobytes. So another rule is ext in. So extension in, and now we provide a string of the extensions that we would like to support. So for example, let's say we want to support PNG, JPG, and also GIF. And please be aware of me not adding any spaces in between. There should be no spaces between the extensions. Otherwise, if you make it like that, CodeIgniter will check if space JPG is the extension that we are looking for. Therefore, remove any spaces, and let's move on. So you can add, here you can add or one extension or plenty, as many extensions as you like. So basically that's it for the files, for the validation rules that we can apply. And I don't know actually if we need more than that. There are some others provided by CodeIgniter, but I think with this we are just good to get started. So let's go back to our project here. Let's refresh it, or actually not refresh. Let's go and start from the beginning. So choose file, select our avatar image, and successfully updated. So our project is successfully updated. Although now you still don't see what was the name of the file that has been added, and we don't see any information because nothing has changed in our form. And the reason for that in order to show how we want to display the file on in our form, we have to define some options. So option number 1, we have to say in which element should we wrap our file. So it is wrapper start option. Maybe if you're familiar with WordPress and widget development or plugin development, there is something similar where we say how we want our widget when our widget is displayed, in what element we want it to be wrapped. So this is the idea also here. So we say wrapper start, and now we can say, for example, it is completely free HTML string you can add here with the classes that you want, so that you can style it the way you need it for your project inside the form. So let's say the first form will be class row. The first element, and then inside this row I want to add also a column, so it will be class call, let's say 12 by default, but up to small screens. Let's make it 4. I think it's enough, or maybe 3. Let's make it 3. Okay, so now in our wrapper end, of course, we have to add 2 closing divs. So now whatever file we will upload, it will be wrapped by this start and end options. Okay. So let's refresh. And as you can see, our file has appeared. So for example, now if you want to add some margins here on the top, it is very simple using Bootstrap. We can add to our column div. Let's add margin top 3, margin bottom also 3. So refresh, and you can see why the wrapper is useful. So let's see two more options. The first one is let me see my helper file here. So the first one is show file name. So show file name is an option that we use if we want the actual file name to be displayed under the image. So let's save that, refresh. Okay, so I think we got a bug here. So we have show file name, it is true. Let me check our CRUD_core.php file. So, and if I will search for show file name, this is our field_file input generator method. So I say that if field parameter file show file names, sorry, I think it is names and not name. Yeah, it is names. So the reason it is plural is because in our second file type that we will be creating, where we upload multiple files, I have named it also show file names. And in order to avoid typing different option names, I decided to leave one of them. I decided to use a plural key. So let's make it show file names, refresh, and yes, now you can see that the avatar2.jpg has been uploaded to our server. So the next option is a placeholder. So placeholder. So the placeholder is actually an image file that you want to use in case your file is not an image. So let's say you would select, you would create a field inside your database for your project. Let's say you would name it contract. So you would want to upload a contract file under this input. So of course, contract is not an image. It would be, let's say, a PDF file, and instead of displaying just the file name, we can also add some image to be used as a placeholder for that file, to show that the file actually exists. So here where our PDF icon will help us to achieve that. So you can take any image you want, drop it inside of your folder structure where it is appropriate. So for example, let's say inside let's create inside of our public folder. What do we have inside of our admins? Okay, awesome. So we have admin assets image. So let's throw our PDF icon there. Okay, so now we have to specify the relative path to the image, or actually the path to the image. You can use maybe even an external image from another server. So in our case, it is admin / let me see again. So it is admin assets img pdf icon.png. So this file will be used for as a preview file for any type of file that has no that doesn't have its own preview. So, for example, if we would remove is image, the option, if we will comment it out and refresh, you will see that now our placeholder file is displayed. So this is someone might find it useful in case you don't upload only image files to your table. So let me show you also what's going on inside the table. So inside of our project, as you can see, our p_image, we are storing only the file name itself here, and the rest is, so the rest of the path is being applied, of course, from our path option. Okay, so that's it. Let me actually bring back our image is true, and now we have left we still have 3 options that we need to define in order to delete the file, because we cannot submit, actually even if we submit an empty featured image input, it doesn't mean that we want to delete the image. Therefore we need a separate button for that, and it is, I believe, the most difficult part from all our CRUD generation development. So we will have 3 options here. First of all, we will have a delete callback. So a delete callback is a method, the name of the method that we will create inside of our controller, projects controller, that will be executed when we want to delete a file. So let's say in our case we will say we will name it remove featured image. Okay, and we will create this method in a bit. So now the second option that we have regarding our delete, so sorry, a mistake here, delete file equals true. So what this option does is actually we are saying to our deletion mechanism if we want to remove the file from the server. So first of all, we can just set the input field to be blank. Sorry, not the input field, the database field, the p_image field, to be blank. That's one thing that we can do. The second option that we have is if we actually want to delete this file, because there are many cases where you don't want the file itself to be deleted, because it might be used in other places also, you never know. So you have this option, and by default it is set to false. So if you don't specify it, the file itself will not be removed from the server. And the third option is delete. So delete button underscore class, and it is the class that you want to give to the link that will be to the link element that actually will navigate us to our delete method. So again, because we are using Bootstrap 4, we can use the basic button styling. The only thing, I will add also the size to be extra small, because I don't want our images to be our buttons to be extremely large. So let's go here, and if we click here, you will see that we've got our delete button. So what this button does, so let me inspect it, and you will see that it creates a link to our projects controller and remove featured image method and the ID of the project that we want to remove the file from. So what it means that we actually have to create this remove featured image method, and I have prepared the file for you so that you don't have to write all of it by yourself. Let me see, where is our folder. So select this same table file, delete method. Let's open it. So copy the whole method from here. Copy, close, and let's go and at the end of our project.php file, before the closing curly bracket of our class, and let's add this remove featured image file method. Sorry. So what we are doing here, let me give me a minute to explain, because you might say, okay, why so much code just for deleting one image? So generally, in my opinion, for most cases, you will be able just to copy this code, to take it as it is, and to place it inside of your controller that you will be creating. If the situation is similar to our situation here, where you have a specific field inside the same table, like of your as we have here our projects table, and in this table we have a column that is related to some file. So the only dynamic field that we have here is this p_image. Actually, not dynamic. The only field that we hard code. So if you want, let's say, if you have another field that you also have files. So the first one, as we said, it is the featured image that we have, and the second one would be again the contract file. So the only thing you would do, you would copy this, and you will have to create here, of course, change the name of the method and change the name of the column in your database. So let's remove this. We will see in the future maybe how we can optimize this, because maybe this is not the best solution, but this is what I came so far with. But mainly my focus was on the Auto CRUD, on the CRUD core file, and not so much on the controller itself. So still, I don't believe this is the most elegant way that we can do that, but it is for now what we have. So if you have named your column inside the projects table differently from me, then go and change the file column name to the column that you have created. So I will leave it as it is. We'll save it, and we will get one error now. There was a bug that I discovered after I uploaded the helper files to the GitHub, and we will fix it together. It's not an issue. So let's click delete to ensure that this bug was not fixed by me. Yeah. So this bug is inside of our remove featured image method, and grab this current values variable, copy it, and replace this part here. So let me zoom a little bit for you. Okay, and make it like that. Okay, so now if we go, okay, file could not be deleted. Yes, of course. Let's upload it again, update. Let's go and delete it again. So by the way, because the error was produced and the file could not be deleted, although it happened after the field itself inside the database has been emptied. So the new name that our featured image got is _1, because avatar2.jpg already exists in our uploads folder, and it was not deleted. So now if you go delete, file was deleted, and let's upload again avatar2.jpg. You will see that now the name is exactly the same because our delete file option is set to true. So the file was removed from the server, therefore the file with the same name could be uploaded again. Awesome. So that's it for the single file situation where we are using just one file. We store the name of this file in the same parent table that we have the whole form in. And now it is time to see how we can upload multiple files. And for that, first of all, of course, we have to create a completely new table. So let's name this table project files. I will prefix all my inputs with PF, so project files, the initials, underscore. So the first one will be ID, auto increment, go. Now we have, let me see, we will need 5 fields. So let me add one more column actually. And let me zoom. Let's say PF underscore file name, PF underscore file type, PF underscore project ID, and PF created at, which we will set to date time and with the current timestamp. So now the file name, of course, it is varchar 255. File type is varchar, let's say, I don't know, let's say 50. We don't need more than that, I believe. So let me pause for a second here. This is the structure that you will have to use in order to make sure that the multiple file uploads using auto-generated field from our CRUD core library works smoothly. So we need the file name for obvious reasons. We need the project ID also for obvious reasons, but the file type, I believe it is also a necessity for this table, because you don't know what file types you might be uploading. Even if you are uploading only images, it is still good to have this file type, because at any moment, first of all, it doesn't harm your table, and secondly, at any time, your client or your needs, if you are developing something for yourself, might require to upload a different type of file to your table. So this is the way to distinguish one type from another. And don't worry, this all will be done automatically without you needing to create or decide which file type is uploaded. CodeIgniter will take care about it. So let's save it. Okay, so we have our table. Actually, you might want to make sure your collation is UTF. Let's set it UTF-8, UTF-8 general. Okay, let's go do the same for the file type, change. Although for the file type, the Latin should be fine. But anyway, I like to make it always UTF-8 because I usually work not only with English characters. So now that we have this, now that we have created this table, what we can go and set up is our options for multiple file uploads. So let's go back to our form field options, and let's copy the P image field, paste it here, and if you remember from the previous tutorial, when we were adding multiple tags from another table, the name of the field did not actually matter. So this is the same case here. So we can name it project files, but it has nothing to do with the table name that we have named it, because anyway we will have to specify the table on its own here also inside. So what are the differences inside? The differences regarding the single file upload, which also happens to be in the same table as our parent form, in comparison to these external files, external table files. First of all, the type will be not file, but files. Okay, so remember, if you're creating a custom field, for uploading multiple files, always specify not file, but files as a plural. Now, here we have also we have to specify also our upload path, which we can leave the same, because by default Auto CRUD library will take care about creating subfolders inside of our given path, subfolders with the ID of the parent element. So for example, each of the project files that will be uploaded inside the project with ID 1 will be inside the folder named 1. So it will be uploads images //1, like that. But you don't have to specify it. You will give just the main path. So now let's create. I will leave this under and in between. Again, the order does not matter, but I will do it like that. So we will create files relation option. Okay, it is similar to the relation option that we have created before, just with slightly different options, because they are file related options. So the first option is files _ table. So as we said, the field's name has nothing to do with the file's name. It can be different, but in our case it is same. So project files. Now let's give the primary field name for this table. So the primary key is pf_id. Now the parent field, so the ID where we store the column that we store the ID of our project, will be our pf project ID. Now our let me see, yeah, we have two more options here. So the first one will be file name field. So as we defined it, it was pf_file_name, and the second one is file type field. That will be our pf_file_type. So I think that's it. Yeah. So we have a small difference so the rules stay exactly the same. So in this case, I would like to disable only image true, although you can use it, of course. So the max size 1 MB is fine. Let's remove the extensions in, so that we are free to upload whatever we want. And now we have two more options regarding our element wrappers. So the first element, the first wrapper start and wrapper end, as we had it in our single file upload field. will be simplified a little bit, because now we have to define which part of our wrapper is the general wrapper and which part of our wrapper will be the single element wrapper. So for example, the wrapper start will be just a row itself, and let's give it a closing tag. And now let's also specify wrapper item start. So this wrapper will be now specifically for each and every document that we upload, so every file that we upload. And now we add this call, let's change it, let's make it call 6, call SM3, yeah, it should be fine, awesome. So, and also wrapper item end. Okay, so let's just provide the closing div here. So the rest stays exactly the same. We have show file names, which is set to true, or if you don't want it, don't have to, you don't need to specify it, you can leave it commented out or remove it completely. So now the placeholder here, I would like to use something more generic, because the files can be, we can specify only one type of placeholder, and let's set this placeholder to file icon. So this file icon will be our generic placeholder. Let's drop it inside our images. Okay, so in the same folder as our PDF file, PDF icon, just the name is file icon.png. Okay, so now the delete callback, of course, will be also different. Let's name it delete file. So delete file, and let's go and copy from our part 4 folder, open up the other table file delete method. So drop it inside of your Visual Studio Code, copy everything and paste it inside the projects just under the remove featured image method. Okay, so here what you have to take notice of is the table. Again, we have to specify the table. Actually, I believe we can get this table dynamically, and let me see how we can do that. So get fields. Yeah, so if I move the table under the field, now we have the field option. So this CRUD get fields method, again we have this project files. So the get fields method, what it does, it returns any field that we have specified inside of our options from our CRUD object. So if I want to grab all the options of this field, I have to specify the name of this field. So get fields, project files. And now the table, as we said, it is different. It is not related to the name of the field itself. So what we can say, it is that field. And now we can access an array as it is. So we have field project files, files relation, and files table. So let's go again here. So we have our field. Okay, sorry. So like that and like that. Okay, so this is now completely dynamic. We will not need to change it in each and every method. So what we can do now is So the only thing that again we have to hard code based on our field name is this project files field name, same as in our file column name in the remove featured image method. So let me see if there is anything else hard coded. No, everything else I think looks to be dynamic. That's cool. Okay, so let's give it a try. So let's go. Let's first of all refresh our page. So as you can see, featured image has appeared here as a new field. And let's go and select our sample video, few of our avatars, and let me upload this and see what will happen. So featured image is too large of a file. So some of the image that I've tried to upload was bigger than 1 megabyte, and I think it is, yeah, so exactly 1 megabyte is the video size. So let's bring it up a little bit in our settings. So we go to our project files field. Let's make it 2 megabytes. Select again. Few files together. Okay, update. Successfully updated. And here we go. We can see our files being uploaded. Now, let's change a little bit the rows, the columns actually, because I think this is too much. So actually it should be, yeah, let's make it 2 instead of a 3. And maybe even here by default let's make it 4. So if we refresh it, they are much smaller now. And let me try to delete a file. Yes, file was deleted. Indeed, it was deleted. So let's see what will happen if we will upload a non-image or video file to see our placeholder in action. So I will go to downloads, have this CodeIgniter presentation here. So update this and successfully updated. And as you can see, our placeholder is being displayed. So if I click now on this file, because it cannot be previewed inside the browser, it will be automatically downloaded. So something has moved here. Okay. And if you want to open your file in a different browser window, you can simply click on the name of this file. So for example, this video here. And of course, as we tried already, we can delete the files and we should be fine. And even if we click now update, nothing will happen. Also, as you can see, the record was not updated or no changes were made. So I made also some adjustments to take care about the messages provided at the top of our forms. So if you just go and click on the form without making any changes, you will not get, of course, a success response. You will get instead this warning message saying that no changes were made, which is helpful, especially when you are developing the form. So that's it basically for this tutorial. And thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for staying so long with me on this tutorial. I see your support and I appreciate it really, really very much. So thank you all once again and see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.